Hey guys, and welcome to, as of now, my last MK mobile video. And I'm going to do some explaining here. As you know, I haven't done any commentary in quite some time when it comes to my Mortal Kombat mobile videos. This is not just I'm a burned out thing, because I'm not really burned out on the game. I was just contemplating doing one of those longer videos I haven't done in a really long time, a couple hours, of just making teams and putting them in faction wars. So my problem here, I'll explain, is I went to get, obviously if you've seen the previous video, I got Kombat Cup Cassie Cage. And the problem that I have is I've never had to buy more than 6 of these so-called 20% chance packs before I finally received the character I wanted, and that was one time, and more often than not I get it within the first 3 or 4 on an average, I would say. So I'm not going to get into the details of how many times I bought this pack, but it went over 6 obviously, and I told myself, you know what, I'm going to give myself a limit, a realistic limit, but a completely ridiculous limit, to see how many times it takes to get her. And thankfully I didn't pass that limit, but it was enough to say, I don't think this is 20%. So I emailed them. I let them know, like, okay, this is how much I spent before I finally got the character right. And apparently they didn't read that right. You'll see when I show you the email in a minute. So I basically get told it's going to the higher ups and they'll review it, but I will not get contacted about it. It was just the most slap in the face for someone that supported them when free-to-play players got so upset with me because, for one, I spent money and I defended everything they've pretty much done as far as, hey, they're a business, whatever. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're turning towards. Everyone's doing it. It's just video game industry right now. I'm not saying it doesn't suck, but it is a video game industry. So I sent them an email asking if it's really 20% basically, or it's lower, because, hey, this is how much it took. I'd like to know, if it's a mistake and they've changed it to 10% or 5%, or if it's 20% for any Kombat Cup card, because I noticed I got a lot of Kombat Cup cards before I finally got Cassie. I got plenty of Johnny, plenty of Sonya. I already have Max. I didn't need them, whatever. So I sent that email. This is what I get in response. Again, basically, without reading the whole thing, it starts up with, I can see your eagerness to get Kombat Cup Cassie Cage. Well, as I already explained in the email, I did get her. This is how much I had to spend to get her. This is how much I've spent on this game this year. That was my response, actually, to this email. Hey, this is how much I've spent this year on this game. If you can't give me more of a response than this, thank you very much. I kind of feel like in this email, this was someone trying to tell me don't spend money on the game without being able to actually tell me that. So I'm going to take whoever emailed this to me, thank you, because I'm not going to spend money on the game. I'm not even going to play it. As of right now, it's coming off my phone. I'm going to do one more last little video, the Cassie Cage team. Probably just 3 quick fights, and then I'm going to call it that. That's how it's going to end, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's that part, and this is the rest of it. Yes, I am aware that the chances of getting desired characters come packs that are, depend on drop rates or whatever. I know that. And at least said I'll share the comments with the game team for further review, and I wouldn't have, get any reply about that. So please write back to me if you have any other questions. I'll be happy to assist you. So I won't show you that email because I don't want to hear the, oh my God, you spent that much money. But yes, I replied to this, as you can see. And I will show you how much it spent. Right there, it does show it. I already scrolled down too far, but I spent at least $150, maybe more, on the Kombat Cup Cassie Cage pack to finally get her. Absolutely ridiculous. Nobody should have to spend that amount of money to get one character. And I actually bought it again later just for the heck of it, just for the, shits and giggles, and I got her again. So she's one fused now. Yeah, whatever. But I continued on that email just to let them know, like, hey, this is how much I spent. I don't have any questions. Then this is how much I've spent overall. And your email was like, hey, a slap in the face. This money, like that 150 could have gone towards a bill, basically. So it could have gone towards a couple of bills, depending on which bills I'm talking about, or it could have gone to one electricity bill. Such, it could have gone to 3 different brand new games. I could have just. I'm buying Wolfenstein's up right now and Assassin's Creed's for my collection of video games because I'm getting back over to console. I know a lot of you can see console games uploaded. Not with any commentary right now, and I do plan on doing that, but right now I'm just playing for having fun, and I'm capturing the footage as I do, and I'm uploading it, and that's basically just so something's continuously going on my channel so you guys know I'm alive. But, after this reply, I said, what I spent on Kombat Cup Pack, and after all I've spent on this game, and I listed that, I was like, hey, if this is all you can give me and tell me I'm not going to get a response and you're going to tell the higher-ups who are not going to email me back or the game team, whatever, thank you. You've made me realize that I will not spend another penny on this game. And that's not a reason not to play it, so that's why I say as of now it is my last video. And I'm going to take it off my phone a while and hope for some changes. You know what? If I can, I'm not saying it'll be the last Mortal Kombat video for sure, because there's plenty. There's the original Mortal Kombat, so there's the Mortal Kombat 11, 10, 9, and I got a PS3 now with HD capture on it, so I have Mortal Kombat 9. There might be some more Mortal Kombat 9 videos coming. I know I've done a few, but that was on the PC with like Shao Kahn and characters not even supposed to have in the game. So, this gives me a chance to do one with Kratos playthrough. I've always wanted to do that. So there'll be plenty of videos coming to the channel. It's still Mortal Kombat. Mobile's just out of the question right now. It's absolutely out of the question when that's the best I can get back for everything I've given, how much I've defended the game on Twitter, how many people I've gotten into arguments with, how many people now come to my channel and just hit thumbs down because they're still pissed about those arguments. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous how I've gone to bat defending them as a business and trying to understand it as a business and why they're moving this direction. And I mean, a lot of games are moving this direction. You can't get away from it. I mean, Assassin's Creed, something I got back into, and I realized they went in this direction. It's just microtransaction stuff. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's this email in particular that actually did me a favor. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm hoping some developer doesn't see this if it blows up and decides to ban my account, because I do want to come back one day, and under the right circumstances and chances, I will spend pennies on this game again, or money. But, as of right now, the current state, until things kind of change, and I don't think they will, personally. So I think, yes, this is the last time I'll spend money on it. But if there's always that little bit of, hey, we realize, the majority of our fan base is not paying for this, and let's try to tune the little game more towards them and keep everyone happy. Let's just try to make money mindset that seems to be in all video games these days. We want them to continue on and on forever, and enable to do that. They do have to make money, but there's better ways to go about it. There's better ways to talk to people. There's better, percentage rates you could give on drop rates on these packs. There's so many things you could do differently, and obviously they're not willing to do it. That's the best they can do. I don't know how many people probably got an email exactly like this, but I'd love to hear it. Love to hear your comments. I mean, more than ever on this situation, this email, me spending, as I said, I scrolled down low enough, you can see it now, over 150 probably. I estimated around about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was pretty accurate. It's not $15 less or $15 more, whatever. It's right there in that area. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. I'd never had gone, like I said, more than 6 packs, so $60 with tax or whatever. So it's no more than ever $70. So I guess 150 is not really a big jump but that was just one time. Whatever. It is what it is. Let me get over here to, actually just scrolled up and showed that whole email. And that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's actually the first email. Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. Like I said, I don't want to show how much I've spent on the game yearly because that's just, people lose their minds and they focus on that. And it's not bad, but it's also, people are going to focus on that. Well, it's your fault for spending any money on it in the first place, blah, blah. I don't want to go down that road, been down it. I know it, but that right there to the left, yeah, that was my first official email letting them know how much I spent on the pack opening, and I was disappointed as pack broken on the, the 20% chance or whatever. So, nonetheless, and then that first email I showed you was actually the reply to that one. It's absolutely ridiculous, but nonetheless, back to Mortal Kombat Mobile. And I just got Reptile. I just did that not too long ago because that the whole thing's back right now with the quest mode. Well, it's disappeared from over there now, obviously for obvious reasons because I completed it. But yeah, I'm gonna do one last battle here. I'm just gonna do one battle because I've talked here long enough with this team. If I get a decent team to fight against, I think that's a decent team to fight against. I mean, pretty much maxed out. Tanya's not all the way at level 60. Well, I'm not all the way at level 60 with Kombat Cup Cassie Cage. But it is an all Cassie Cage team. And this is the team I planned on starting that big long video I've talked about with, where I was going to go on for an hour or two and just do different teams based around Cassie Cage. That's out. I'm not going to do that anymore, for obvious reasons. This is just a bunch of people that are behind this game, and particularly the one that emailed me. In my opinion, and maybe I'd like to hear your opinion on this too, maybe you also think he was telling me that I need to leave spending money on this game alone. I felt for some reason like he was saying it without saying it. Dude, don't spend any money on this game. I work here. I know it. It just seems like inside of those words that was there. So I'm gonna. That's the way I'm taking it. And hey, I know the best thing for me is to stay off, unfollow them on Twitter. Don't get on Twitter at all because I follow too many people that actually make posts. So I'll eventually see the new character and I'll be like, "Oh my God, corrupted Shinnok," and then I'll be back. That's what it took for me to come back. Was, "Oh my God, Shang Tsung, let me go back." If it wasn't for that, I still wouldn't be here today. I still would have stayed gone. So it is what it is. One more last fight as I continue to talk about this here. But, it's just the game's gotten to where, for players like me that's got the roster filled, that's basically not even missing any cards anymore. Not all of them are at Fusion X, but with Fusion Boost, I can put any of them there. Not at level 60, but level 50 Fusion X, pretty much all my cards can go there now, and I got them all. So, I mean, I tried starting a new account, and that was cool for a little while, but only for a little while. It didn't last forever. That just burned out, and that was it. I was done. So that's kind of coming back. They're introducing new characters every once in a while, but these gold cards being that hard to obtain instead of being a challenge card. If there was any time to bring back challenge cards, it was with Kombat Cup Cassie Cage, especially considering the other Kombat Cup cards were challenge cards. But it's obviously about money, and I knew that back when I was defending them, so it's not like I'm surprised. Just that email. I mean, I just feel so strongly that email was telling me like, hey, nothing's ever going to change. I work here. I know. Stop spending money. And that's the way I took it. So that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, they're only releasing characters ever so often. These characters are playable on the console versions when you buy a base game for $59. I could have just bought the Ultimate Edition 3 times for what I've spent basically on one gold card that I don't even like Cassie Cage all that much. But I just thought, hey, I'll get Cassie Cage. I'll build teams around her with the whole fusion boost thing. So that email really did me in. I got that email before I got a chance to make that video. And that, folks, was, as of now, like I've said, my last MK Mobile video and fight ends with a Cassie Cage team. As much as I complained about Mortal Kombat 10 ending with Cassie Cage, that's how it looks like Boneyards is going to end his Mortal Kombat Mobile videos. And hopefully not. Hopefully something changes down the road. And I don't want it to be, oh my God, they're bringing in this character, blah, I got to get on their deal. I want it to be legit change, big update, completely redo, revamp this game. And that might be a while. That might be 2 or 3 years if this thing even stays around that long. It should with the money it's bringing in. But nonetheless, we'll see. Just wanted to update you guys. So, be on the lookout for videos coming. After I'm currently in the middle of the Wolfenstein Youngblood game. I just now got around to that game. I'm just now getting around to a lot of games I've missed out on in the last couple of years, because I didn't have console for a long time, and I just got a console again. So the only thing I had was an Xbox One. That ROM drive doesn't work right, so it had Mortal Kombat 11 on it, and that's it. And I got burned out on that pretty quick as well. So now finally having a PS4, I can catch up to a bunch of old games, and having a PS3 again with an HD capture card, I can, capture some of these PS3 games I've wanted to capture and hopefully be able to put commentary on them. Like, if you go back early into my channel, I have some Deceptions, Mortal Kombat Deceptions, Conquest mode and commentary. I played 2009 Wolfenstein with commentary, and I believe maybe one of the early Resident Evil games with commentary. But nonetheless, I want to go back to doing that again, and those videos are old, 480p, not in HD, so I might go back over some of those games. Just in general, once I finish up with Youngblood, which I'm not doing commentary on, the next playthrough I'm going to do will have commentary, and that will probably start sometime in January, because I literally have videos publishing every day that have been uploaded for a long time, and they're publishing every single day, and that's going well into January. So I'm not sure exactly when the video of me doing commentary on whichever game I decide to play next will be on the campaign. It's probably going to be Call of Duty Vanguard's campaign, and I may actually go ahead and put it up sooner rather than later. I'll make that decision, because it is a recently new game, so we'll see. I am also doing streams of that on multiplayer if you guys are interested. But of course, everyone comes to my channel for Mortal Kombat Mobile, and for those of you, I'm sorry, but the state of the game, I'm sure a lot of you understand. I'm sure some of you that follow me on Twitter are wondering why it took me so long to get here. But nonetheless, I'm to this point, and the game, for me, I am done. And with that said, I hope you do stay subscribed and do stick around. And the next time I do commentary, I will put it in the title of whatever video game I'm doing, so that you guys know you can actually hear from me. And I'll see you then.